If you have Levator Ani Syndrome, you may be considering whether diet changes could help reduce your symptoms. And for many people, diet feels like one of the most natural places to start. Before we get into it, I also want to mention that there's an alternative way to think about diet and symptoms that I'll come back to at the end of the video. The first approach is to experiment with different diets to see if your symptoms improve. Here are some of the most common ones. Dairy-free diet. This involves removing milk, cheese, and other dairy products. Some people find that dairy can contribute to inflammation or digestive discomfort, which may indirectly affect symptoms. If you're not ready to go fully dairy-free, another option is to try a lactose-free diet instead. This is often much easier to follow, since many dairy products are available in lactose-free versions. And for some people, the issue isn't dairy itself, but lactose specifically, as lactose intolerance is quite common. Gluten-free diet. This removes wheat, barley, and rye. For some, gluten can trigger gut irritation or sensitivity, which may influence how the body responds overall. Anti-inflammatory diet. This approach focuses on eating more whole, nutrient-dense foods like vegetables, fruits, healthy fats, and lean proteins while reducing processed foods and added sugars. The idea is not just to remove potential triggers, but to actively include foods that naturally help regulate inflammation, like fatty fish, olive oil, nuts, seeds, leafy greens, and berries. A Mediterranean-style diet is a good example of this, as it naturally emphasizes many of these foods and is often used as a simple guideline for eating in a more balanced way. Vegan or plant-based diet. This eliminates animal products and emphasizes plant-based foods. Some people experience improvements due to higher fiber intake and reduced consumption of processed or heavy foods. The idea with all of these is simple: remove potential triggers and observe how your body responds. And for some people, this can make a noticeable difference, but here's the key point. If you follow one of these diets consistently for a couple of months and don't see meaningful improvement, there's usually no reason to continue restricting yourself, unless you genuinely enjoy eating that way. Another approach is to reduce certain foods and drinks that may trigger or worsen your symptoms. Some of the most common triggers people mention are caffeine. Caffeine stimulates the nervous system and may increase urgency or sensitivity. Alcohol. Alcohol may irritate the bladder and can also affect sleep and recovery. Spicy foods. Spicy foods can trigger irritation in some people, especially during flare-ups. Highly processed foods. Highly processed foods often contain additives and lower quality ingredients that may contribute to inflammation. Artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners can be irritating for some people and may affect gut balance. Carbonated drinks. Carbonated drinks can increase pressure or discomfort due to the carbonation. Sugar and high sugar foods. Sugar and high sugar foods can contribute to energy spikes and crashes and may influence inflammation. Acidic foods. Acidic foods like citrus and tomatoes can sometimes increase irritation or sensitivity. Reducing or adjusting these doesn't usually fix the problem, but it can sometimes help reduce symptom intensity or frequency. So yes, dietary changes can absolutely be worth trying. But the reality is that very few people fully recover simply by changing what they eat. Most people who see real, lasting improvement take a more holistic approach. That includes things like reducing fear and anxiety around symptoms, calming the nervous system, changing how you respond to symptoms, stretching and relaxing the pelvic floor. Diet can play a role in this process, but it's rarely the thing that solves everything on its own. I used to struggle with pelvic pain and constant urgency too, so I built Sanavita to help others recover. Sanavita includes psychological support using pain reprocessing and metacognitive therapy, guided stretches to relax the pelvic floor, expressive journaling to release built-up emotions, my recovery story and practical lessons for daily life, visualization meditations to calm your nervous system and ease symptoms. Track your symptoms, take assessments, and explore a full library of recovery resources. Download Sanavita today and start your recovery.